In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys my 7-foot KD build I've been using in the rec. And this KD build, I'm not going to lie, it's been making centers look bad on NBA 2K24. Like, there's one thing I've talked about in the past when it comes to center in this game. I feel like the center position is definitely one of the most underutilized position in this game ever. Okay, like now for some reason 2K has been putting my build at the 5 with my KD build, and honestly I actually don't mind. Now we'll leave the build for you guys to have a look. You guys can clearly see this build, not only does it have low strength, super low strength, it doesn't also have the best rebound. At least if I had like a 92 rebound or something like that for gold rebound chaser, you can make an argument it's still fairly decent. But this is a genuine power forward build. So a lot of the time now, I'm not going to be showing you guys these videos if it's just 1 or 2 games. Okay, the reason I'm showing this video is simply because this kind of gameplay has been happening way too often, where the game puts me at the 5 and it's just a pure domination from a build that isn't technically a center. Now my other builds that don't have block or they don't have interior defense, they're very easy to basically bully because there's nothing else I can do. Now with this build, as you guys can see right there in Q, I do have block. I do have 92 block and I have a 77 interior defense, which is enough to deter a lot of these bigs from doing anything. A lot of bigs in this game, you guys technically just make a bunch of Rudy Gobert and Andre Drummond. Okay, just a pick and roll and a pick and pop center, and that is it. Okay, that's pretty much all you guys can do on your builds. And it's pretty sad to me because if you guys think about the point guard position, for example, I think the point guard position is one of the most used position, one of the most made position builds in this game, where everyone can make different kind of point guard builds. You can see 6'8" point guards, you see 6'1s, you see 6'2s, you see 6'3s, slashers, 3-point shot hunters, a mix of both, mid-range. But when it comes to the center, it's a pretty much still position. Okay, all you pretty much get is pick and roll and pick and pop, right? That is it. You don't get anything more unique. I've tried to, I used to think, oh, maybe it's because I'm playing the rec center or something like that. Maybe that's why I can't find any more unique centers. I went to go watch some of these money on the line, 5,000. I don't know how much money people put on the line just to kind of see if those centers play a little bit different. I know it's the same thing. Okay, the center it's one of those positions where people don't utilize it. When we think about some of the great centers in NBA history, like Shaq and Hakeem and all this stuff, like, bro, these guys are scary, bro. Like, for my mindset is this: if I go into a game, so for example the build I'm using right now, if I'm a center, okay, the way I make my center build, I'm going to be able to make it in a way that I can utilize or take advantage of mismatches. Like, if I go into a game and I see a center with a 74 strength, I ain't going to lie. That's going to be a long game for you, okay? That's going to be a straight bully game the entire game. But for some reason, that is what I was initially expecting when I was playing this game. I was like, okay, if the game puts me at the 5, I'm going to be completely ruined. Okay, now, one of the only advantages some of these centers have over a build like this is obviously because of my low strength, you can worm me out of rebounding positions. But that's pretty much it. Okay, that's pretty much all y'all can do. That's it. Now, for me personally, I feel like centers need to have a bit more tool to them. Okay, now if you guys want to make inside bigs, it's cool. I don't really mind. Okay, y'all can make inside, but y'all can see this first game just finished, and this guy just absolutely just got wrecked. Okay, like it shouldn't even be happening. Now you can argue, okay, his build wasn't the best. He's 7'1". He's technically a center, so he should be able to have something as a big. Now the second game, you guys can see this is more of an inside build, so he doesn't have any shooting at all. So he's got rebound, he's got strength. You can see his strength is way more than mine, for sure. And he's also purple. We all know purple doesn't really mean anything, but it means that he wins a decent level of games, averaging 18 rebounds per game. So clearly, he knows what he's doing. But you guys will see, even in this game, people just don't utilize it enough. Okay, it's I don't know. To me, it's weird. It's weird when I play 2K, and it's just so sad that the center position. It's even even worse is where I've started to realize, and I might end up making a Holmgren build, because I ain't gonna lie, I didn't believe, or I didn't think I was gonna be able to get away with low strength. But I've been playing with this build where I realized having that shot blocking, whatever it is, aspect of this build is really making centers very nervous. Like, a lot of centers don't even want to go up for the basic stuff. Or a lot of bigs, the only thing they know as well when it comes to like post up game is drop step and dunk. That's it. Okay, now the problem with the drop step and dunk is cool when you have a mismatch. You know what I'm saying? But what happens when you're playing someone that has the same level of strength as you? Then you guess what? You're not going to be able to do that anymore. Now you're all of a sudden you're passive, you're scared. Now, for me personally, two different kind of things. If you're gonna make an inside center, you need to put some kind of close shot post hook element to the build just to make your build a little bit more unique, because you guys will see right here, it doesn't matter who I'm playing with. Like, I can be playing with my friends. I can, as you guys can see, these two games you guys are watching are complete, rec random solo type gameplay. Doesn't really matter. I'm gonna do my thing. I'm gonna score. Okay, that is what I made all my builds to be able to do. This build doesn't have the highest post control in comparison to my other builds. It's only going at 85, so I have to be a little bit more specific in terms of what I'm doing. Even situations like this, you guys can see I always plan ahead. You can see, even with the low shot clock, I know if I'm always spacing the floor, a lot of you centers, you're gonna have to close out that spacing. Okay, a lot of people don't even know how this works. Like, if I'm spacing the floor, you're not gonna let me shoot a three, so you're gonna have to close out the spacing. And in your closeout that's when you're basically most vulnerable, because I can just drive past you, as you guys saw in that previous possession, and just get some easy points. But yeah, man, like, it's just every time I play this game, the center position is such an underused position that it makes me sad sometimes, man. Like, I feel like, I've played so many. I know it's rec and whatever, it's for casuals and it's cool. I get it, but still, it's still a representation. The rec probably has more player base than actual prem. Let's be honest. There's tons more people that play the rec than there are people that are playing, comp gameplays or like tournaments or whatever it is. So it's just like, to see what the sample size is, like a bunch of centers just not knowing what to do, and you guys just like, I would prefer playing a 5 on my 7-foot build, just because a lot of time when I play power forward, you centers, yes, you guys can set screens, great, that's amazing, but what happens when your guard isn't that good? This is where the problem kicks in, right? When your guard isn't that good, then you have a center that doesn't know how to score, doesn't or can't score, and you have a guard that isn't really good, and both of them, it's just a pain to watch. Now, then as a power forward, I'm just watching both of them, the pick and roll. It's just an absolute struggle. Most of the games I play, when I play center, especially on my power forward build, I win like 90% of my games, unless my teammates are absolutely terrible. When I mean terrible, I mean like no defense, just taking a bunch of threes, just jacking up contested shots. Then obviously I'm going to lose. But if I have teammates that are willing to play, they don't need to be that good, because I'm going to do a lot of the carrying. Okay, I'm happy to kind of space the floor, create my own shots. But you centers out there, I don't know what's up with y'all, bro. But y'all need to start, really, really thinking about your play style, because I would love to be able to go into games where it's not guard heavy based, like, bro, y'all, come on, y'all need to be proud of your play style, bro. Y'all can't just be letting these guards just completely outshine us every single game. And that's what I try to do in most games. I try to make sure I'm absolutely going off and killing it. But anyways, man, y'all let me know what you guys think about it. And yeah, I'll catch yous in the next one.